This is the 2024 Mathews Lift 33. I have this in 29-inch draw, 80 pounds. Before you say anything about 80 pounds, just let me talk about this bow. I'm gonna be telling you the reasons why I picked the 33 over the 29.5, as well as just in general why I chose this bow. So, first thing, I did shoot both bows, so the 33 and the 29.5, and I shot them in comparison to each other at 70 pounds, and I will say that this 33 in the 80 pounds almost feels like 70 pounds on the 29.5. I gotta say, when looking at videos myself and comparing speed tests to them, there wasn't much of a difference, honestly, maybe a few feet per second. And I am shooting arrows here. These are pretty light, long-range arrows from Easton. They're kind of clocking maybe like 450, 460. Should be getting close to 300 feet per second, but not exactly, maybe a few feet per second below that. But comparatively with the 29.5, it's not much difference. But the big difference is the draw cycle. So I'll show you me shooting this in a sec here, but the draw cycle with the Lift 33 is so much smoother, and the feel in the hand when you pick this up, this is not a kid's bow here. This is solid. It's a great height to it. It doesn't feel small in the hand, and I think the 29.5 for me just kind of felt that way. It felt a little too small to really get a handle on. And personally, some people like shooting those shorter bows, and they're great for close quarter situations if you got a roof of your tent over you or something. But like me, if you're not concerned with that and you just want to shoot the bow a lot, this is really comfortable to shoot. It's a nice, easy draw cycle, and speed-wise, you're not really giving much up with adding so much more benefits like that longer axle to axle. It's gonna give you a more target bow-like feel, but also being in the hunting bow category. I'd really say that this bow, the reason why I picked it is it's a perfect in-between between a hunting bow and a target bow. I load this thing up here, and we'll get to the weight in just a sec here, with two stabilizers, a front and a back bar here, and it shoots tremendously well. I would almost consider this a target bow. So honestly, in terms of hunting, I want to be ethical, and I want a bow that I know shoots well. And if I've shot my hunting bow for target, well, I feel pretty comfortable with this bow, right? So that's kind of my goal, have one bow that does everything, and I think the Lift 33 really hits that ticket. It's nice, you can get many different, these are them here, the mods in them. They're custom one-offs, but what that means is it basically gives you the maximum efficiency for your draw weight and poundage. So I might pick up some 60-pound mods. That's really light for me, but it's gonna have good speed to it, and that would be a really good target mod. I would say with 80 pounds, after about 30 shots, maybe doing a round of 3D, which is what I've been doing for the past few weeks, I start to get fatigue set in. Now, hunting, you're not going to shoot 30 times in a row, but for target, you're going to get more and more shooting. And if you wanted to shoot this every day, I would pick something lower in poundage. This I shoot maybe 1 to 3 times a week. So, I'm not pulling out 60 or 80 pounds every day. If I was gonna do that, I would pick 60, just because I would have complete control of that weight. Alright, so a lot of you are going to be curious on the weight of this. I'm going to measure it now. I had to change the scale over so that it wasn't peaking. Okay, 3.16 kilograms. Let's see, I have to do the calculator on that. So I got somewhere between 314 and 316. It's about 7 pounds that this whole rig weighs. That's with basically the most heavy sight out there. It's about a pound. 5 ounces here, 3 ounces there, and even the stand and everything on it. So it is pretty light for having everything on it. And you know, you look at the 29.5, so it's under 4 pounds. This bow is supposed to weigh about 4.2 pounds. We are talking minuscule amount of weight differences, but look at all the height that you get for this bow. I'm gonna shoot this here in one sec, but I will say, and I want to comment on, so I am not like a Mathews guy or a particular brand guy. You know, I'm coming from, if you watched my last video, which you definitely should, 15-year-old youth bow that I shot for many years. That was my second bow I ever owned. And you can shoot a old bow, a not so expensive bow, great, and have great results. I had good results with that bow in a shorter draw length and a lesser poundage than I currently am. And being as old as it was, the strings are falling apart, the rest is falling apart, so the tuning went to crap. My arrows obviously did not match up anymore, and I was just kind of getting issues with it. It will make a great bow fishing bow. You'll see it a whole bunch more. So I was really in the market for a new bow. I tried out every new bow out there, and this was right before the Mathews launch when they came out with this bow. So I tried the new Bowtechs, I tried the Hoyts, I tried all the PSCs, and I was gonna get actually the PSC, and someone said, hey, Mathews is coming out with a new bow, you wait till Tuesday. So I did, and I shot both bows because they have the demo models there in my pro shop, 29.5, the 33. Out of every single new bow I shot, the 33, it just felt right. I encourage you to go to your pro shop and go try out all the bows, because one of them is going to speak to you. But this one clearly did to me, and it is an amazing bow. It's quiet, but let's just shoot it and you can see what I'm talking about. All right. So what I want you to do is just kind of take a listen here. Now I'm not shooting this for aiming purposes. It's just to hear the bow. I will make probably a long range video with this in the future, but for now just listen and kind of watch this draw cycle here. So, you know, make sure to use good form, lift it up, bring it back. I mean, I am like sore after my workout yesterday, and that was relatively easy. The bow holds, it's super windy, it's holding real nice in my hand. Stabilizers are making a big difference. You hear that? I mean, that was pretty quiet. Most of the sound there was actually just the arrow hitting the target. But yeah, it really feels nice in the hand. The back wall now is a little different than what I'm used to. Bows back in the day, they had a more spongier back wall. This here, it's a solid back wall. What that means, so you pull it back, it is there. It's there. If you let it creep, it starts to go. So I've accidentally, unfortunately, let it creep and missed the whole target with an arrow before. I'll admit to that. But you know, if you stay on that back wall, you're not gonna have issues with pulling it too hard on the back wall, just more so when it creeps forward. So it's a really solid back wall, and it's super smooth to get there. I'm gonna shoot it one more time without talking, and just and I'm shooting both 3 and 4 Fletch right now. I haven't decided which one I'm gonna make all my arrows, so that would be the reason why. Watch this. Pretty nice, huh? Yeah, you can kind of see it was pretty smooth all the way back, and there's just a little dump into the back wall. But if you shoot the 29.5, oh my gosh, it is a pain to draw, and then a humongous dump into the back wall. Or at least to me, that's how my experience went. I probably, if I was shooting the 29.5, honestly wouldn't shoot 80 pounds. It kind of would suck. But this, it's really manageable. It feels like such a lighter bow, but you are getting all that poundage downrange. So just to finish up my final thoughts on why I picked this bow, specifically Mathews, not just the 29 or the 33. Honestly, besides it just being a great shooting bow, and yes, that's the first thing I went off of, not, you know, this is, regardless of that, I'm obviously going to pick the bow that shoots the best for me. But a nice option with these bows is the color combos. I am sure you notice these are flow orange strings and servings. The whole string is made that color on my bow. And I've gone with their new earth colored riser, but with the Sitka subalpine limbs on that. So it adds a cool flair, a cool touch to let you know it's still a hunting bow, right? It's still got some camo on it. Pair that up with the stabilizers. They're old style. I didn't get bridge lock. I actually just preferred using this to the bridge lock because I was going to be adding a downward angle on the front, and the back bridge lock didn't make sense to me, just because I was going to have it all the way out like this anyways. So it made more sense to save the money and then also get that downward angle. And it's nice. It's still same system, quick detach. You just unscrew it and do all that. But yeah, I mean, the color options, you can change out this their new rest here, the integrate rest QAD, with all the different colors. I did an orange on this. The dampeners are customizable, so I'm doing tan on all 3 of my dampeners. And it's honestly, it just makes for a cool looking bow as well. And their accessories are great with it. I plan to get the quiver before next hunting season, which I think I'll also do in that camo color. And so combined with a great shooting bow, it's also going to be a great looking bow. And I think that when you spend this kind of money on a setup, you know, that can kind of play a factor into it too. But for me, it's the best shooting bow that I saw out of all the new bows, and that's just for me personally. I'm not bashing any brand or even the different models. I'm just saying that I felt this one and it spoke to me. And I really think that if you guys are gonna go and get a new bow, to try them all, because maybe there is a bow that is better for you. But for me, the Mathews Lift is the clear choice, and between the two, the Mathews Lift 33 and the 29.5, this one makes the most sense for me. Alright, thank you guys for watching. If this helped you pick between the Lift 33 and the 29.5, please leave a like. I'll be making more videos on the Lift in the future if you'd like to subscribe, but I also make a lot of hunting and fishing videos that you can also check out, or any of my past videos. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.